I wish that I had started doing this kind of organization from day one, and we have been using it for a while. How do I create 6 weeks of YouTube content in 6 hours? Seriously, I do. I am really excited to share the behind the scenes with you in this video because I am currently in the process of creating a whole new batch of content for my YouTube channel. And after doing this for 4 years consistently with 1 video a week and uploading hundreds of videos, I know what it takes to be consistent and also stay way ahead of the game on YouTube. So that's what we're gonna show you today. I am efficient AF when it comes to creating content on YouTube, from the research process all the way to filming, all the way to uploading. So whether you are working solo and you're just getting started on YouTube, or you run a business and really want to utilize YouTube in an amazing way, this video is for you. So if you're excited, hit that like button, give it a thumbs up, and we'll dive into all the tactics. First things first, we're gonna dive into an overview of the tools that I use to make this happen, and you'll see I've been using them for a while. So let me show you. So these are the tools that I use when I am planning out my content and when I am trying to batch record and get ahead. And I've been using the same tools for 10 years now. I've been using this content calendar for 10 years, which is crazy, but it just works. So you can actually download this below this video. You can download your own copy of this template and use it in your business. So what I do is we upload it to Google Sheets so that it's on Google Drive and my whole team can work on it, which is a really great way to make it interactive. But why I like doing it this way is because it allows me to see everything in one fell swoop. All of our content on all of our different platforms is plugged in here. And like I said, podcast, YouTube video, Instagram, IGTV, all of it's in here in one big picture. So it makes it a lot easier to see what's coming up, and we can plan our content accordingly to make sure that it makes sense and that the order we have it in works best. Also, what we do is we put in any sort of launch that we might have in this calendar as well, so that we know if a launch is coming up, we're going to want to cater our content to that launch as well. So we'll block that off in the calendar too. So again, I've been using this even as a solopreneur for 10 years. And then we use Google Drive. So you can see that we have a category in Google Drive for our company called Content and Products, and then another subfolder called YouTube Videos. And all of our YouTube videos for the past 4 years, basically, are in here. So you can see all of our videos that have gone up on my channel are stored in here. So I'm going to actually show you the folder for this video really quickly. And you can see what we keep in here. So we have a graphics folder that includes our thumbnail and any promo graphics that we create for Instagram or IG stories. Our newsletter template, so that's what we're going to be sending out when we distribute the video, our script template, our teasers, so that means like little video teasers that we put on Instagram stories or IG feed, or on Facebook as a native video. They all get uploaded into here, and then our transcriptions for each video as well. So it's super, super organized, makes life a lot easier. And then we have our Asana board, and this is exactly how we plan our content and make sure that everything is getting done. So you can see at the top here, we have each category. So to write, to record, to edit, to publish, to promote. So once a video is down here, and you can see that we've been doing this for quite a while, it's done. It's gone through the entire process. So I'm going to dive into this more in a second, but those are the tools we use. So Google Sheets, which if you download this content calendar below this video, you'll be able to upload it and use it as your own in Google Sheets. And then we use Google Drive to store all of our assets for each video. And then we use Asana to organize the process of taking a video from concept to actually promoting it and having it uploaded and ready to go. So I like to do things in phases when I create content, and I also choose to block off my time so I can stay focused on one task at a time, which is something that I've learned over the years makes you way more efficient than trying to focus on 50 things at once. So I have blocked off the entire day today to just do content research and scripting. Once I have that stuff, we can move on to the next phases, and I'll show you exactly how long each of these things is going to take. So for you, if you're getting started and this seems really daunting and intimidating, you don't need to be doing 6 weeks of content in one day. So when I say 6 weeks of content, that means 6 videos, because I'm doing 1 video every single week on Tuesdays. We do other videos on Fridays, but our Tip Tuesdays are really the core of our content, and that's what I'm talking about today. So for you, I want you to time yourself. How long does it take you to go through all the phases that I'm going to show you today? And then you can use that as the foundation for how many videos you can realistically get done in one day or in, let's say, 6 hours. If it's 2, that's still better than 1, and that's still putting you ahead of the game and helping you stay consistent. So that's kind of my preface here, is that it's going to be dependent on your experience, how many years you've been doing this, and the size of your channel, where you're at with it, and how seriously you really want to take this. So let's get started. So step number 1 takes me max an hour of time, and it's all about content research and finding the right topics that I want to do videos on. Now, the reason that this goes so fast for me is because I am constantly writing content topic ideas inside of my phone, and I have them in my notes. Our team also has an Asana task where we keep video topic ideas, and I also do my research every single month. So everything I tell you guys to do, and I showed you exactly how I do this in my How to Get More Views video, I do that myself, and I've got it down to a science now, so I can do it pretty quickly. So this takes me about an hour. We have them stored and already kind of set up inside, like I said, my notes, inside of Asana, which is our project management tool, but you can also just keep them on a pad of paper or beside your bed or somewhere, so you're not starting from scratch when you're trying to create your content. The other really easy thing that I do when it comes to creating content and finding content topics is a couple days ahead of when I want to create this 6 weeks of content, I'll ask on Instagram. I'll say, I'm creating new videos on YouTube. What do you want to see? And people will send me their suggestions, and oftentimes I get the best suggestions from there. Also, I get really great suggestions from the YouTube comments below all of my videos. So those are 2 places to kind of look at consistently and write them down, and you'll be set for when you want to create content. I'm working on new content soon, and I want to know what you want to know. So let me know what kind of YouTube videos you want me to cover. It can be lifestyle, it can be tip Tuesdays, it can be strategy, it can be social media, it can be anything you want. Just let me know. And the final way that I find topics for my videos is this. I'm going to show you right now. I basically go into my analytics, and I'll go into my top videos here, and then it will show me which videos are performing the best on my channel. And I always say this, but you want to capitalize on the content that's working really well. So here's a really quick example of how I did this for this video. So best content creation strategy of 2019 is one of my top performing videos right now. So what I'm going to do is go to traffic source, and I want to see how people are landing on this video, because it's going to give me a ton of other ideas I can use to make more content. So I'm going to go to, let's do YouTube search, and that's where you really want to check out or suggested to see which videos are driving traffic to it to give you some more content ideas. So if I click on YouTube search, it's going to show me things like content creation, content strategy, how to create content, which is actually where this video idea came from, because I realized that I haven't really showed the behind the scenes of how I create all of my content, and how to create content for social media, YouTube content. So you can see that when you start diving into these analytics, it'll pretty much tell you what you need to create on your channel, and capitalize on the content that's already working, because then you own it in the algorithm, and you're going to automatically have authority to get more views, higher rankings, etc., because you already have done that with a previous video. So it's basically that spider web effect of taking one piece of content and then just creating more content like it, and adding even more value. So that's how I basically pick the topics. And then once I have them done, I add them into my content calendar. So I add them into this sheet, which I showed you earlier, and you can see that I like to do it in a sequential order, and I like to try and make my content topics make sense back to back. So you'll see how to get more views on YouTube. Okay, well, if you want to get more views on YouTube, you also need to understand analytics. So these 2 videos are going to work together. It's kind of like a series. Create a bingeable YouTube channel. Perfect. That also goes hand in hand with this one, because you want to have increased watch time, which I talk a lot about in the analytics video. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get that watch time, how to create a YouTube end screen template, because in this video and in this video, I talk about the importance of end screens. So I need to show people how to actually make them. So you can see that they all go in order, and this is why I like to do it this way. So once I've done the topics, they go on the calendar. And that's that. So the second step is organization. So we picked out 6 content topics, because that's going to fill up 6 weeks of content for my Tip Tuesday videos. So next step is to actually organize this so that everything's set up for myself and also for my team. But if I could say one thing, I wish that I had started doing this kind of organization from day one, and we have been using it for a while. But if you're a solopreneur and you're just getting started on YouTube by yourself, start using these systems, because it's gonna make your life so much easier moving forward. So here's how we organize. And this takes max an hour as well to set this up. So remember I showed you that we have a bunch of folders on Google Drive where we store everything for each video? Okay, so this is where this comes into play. So this is where we want to organize the content before we actually film it or create any of the assets for it. So I'm going to show you one that's already been done so you can see exactly what ends up in these folders. So when I create the content topics, I put them into my content calendar. The next step is then take those topics and put them into folders underneath our YouTube videos folder in Google Drive, and each of them has the exact same things in it. So when you first create it, these folders are all just going to be empty. But when you actually create the video content and you create the teasers and everything else that you need, then you're going to start populating things inside of them. So you can see that this video has graphics included, obviously. And so we have our Insta Story graphics, our Twitter graphics, and our thumbnail. Those are all set to go. And what we do when we film the videos is we actually put the raw image inside of this folder so that it's easier to edit everything and have all of these things in one place. So all of that goes in the graphics folder, and then inside of the rest of the folders, you'll find everything else that you need. So our newsletter, you can see here, is inside of this template, and we have all of our social media posts and copy in here. We have our Twitter posts, and then we also have the actual email that's going to be sent the day that the video needs to be promoted. And then in our script folder, I'll show you more about this in the next step. But in this section, it's including everything that the videographer and editor needs. And this, even if you're doing this solo, this is really helpful. So as far as like graphics that they'll need or extra B-roll or screencasts like I'm doing right now, all of it goes inside of our script folder. And then we also have the actual script in here as well. So we have a scripting template. I'll show you that in a second. And then we have our teasers that go inside of this section right here. And then we have our transcriptions as well. So our transcriptions are exactly what we upload to YouTube. So that's basically how you see all of our content in one place, and it makes it really easy to organize everything. So in the teaser section, this is where we'll have like native video teasers, we'll have Instagram story teasers, we'll have everything that we need to promote the episode inside of that folder. So that's that. And then we have our Asana board, which is the next step of the organization phase. And this is really easy because we have templates set up. So to set up a template, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to show you what this looks like. So we have a Tuesday video template and then our Friday vlog template because they're a little bit different. And then like I said before, we have video ideas in here as well. So this is where I get a lot of my content topics from for step one. So if we go into the Tuesday video template, we break it down into sections. So you can see that we have pre-record, so doing things like SEO research, content topics, which I just showed you, creating the Google Drive folder, deciding an opt-in, recording sections, so actually getting everything recorded the week before the video release, so making sure all the editing's done. And then we have things like the newsletter content, etc. So it really takes you through everything right through until the day that it actually goes live. So this is how we organize our Asana boards. And to create your own, it's pretty simple. You want to basically create your own template. So I would do like template test. We're just going to call it that for now. Then I'd open it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy from this one what we have up here because this makes it really easy. Because then it all links everything together. So we would actually put the Google Drive folder that I just showed you. We'd put this link in here so that you can go right to all the assets as well. The publish date, the title for the video, what is the lead magnet opt-in content upgrade freebie, link to that, thumbnail text, and thumbnail image. And then you're going to basically just create tasks. So you go up here on the right-hand side and you create tasks. And how you create sections is pretty easy. You just go tab on your computer, on your keyboard, tab and then N, and it creates a new section. So we'd call this pre-record. And then you just press enter, and then you put all the tasks. So choose content topics and SEO brief. And then you're also going to add in things like your script writing and everything like that, that's all going to go in pre-record. So we have inside of our programs an entire spreadsheet of every single task associated with every single video that you create. So it's really easy. You just take that and you put it into these sections, and then your template is done. And then basically all you do is you just duplicate it. So you duplicate the task, and let's call this like how to get more views video. And it's going to duplicate everything. You also want to add this. So if you have a team, it duplicates the assignee, so you don't have to go through and reassign to people. And then you will go create new task, and it's going to just create it as the new template, and then we would take that and we'd move it through. So if I still have to write this, it's going to stay in this section, this column on this board, and then we're going to go to record, and then we're going to go to edit once it needs to be edited, and then publish, and then promote. So it's pretty simple. You can see that all these videos have been done this way, and it just keeps it super, super organized. So what I've done is below this video, I put a link to an Asana article on how to create a board like this, and it will give you the step-by-step instructions, but that's really it. So if you have Asana, or if you have some sort of project management, this is how you can create a really great streamlined system for organizing your content. Step number 3 is scripting. And for scripting, it goes really fast for me because you don't have to write everything out word for word. And we actually have a template that we use, and it's what we share inside of our programs. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So all I do is kind of write out my bullet points, write out the things that I need to put in there, and it gives me a guide of what I need to know for each script. And I can get this done in less than 2 hours. The next step is actually writing your script, which I showed you. You can find inside of the script folder in Google Drive. And we use the same template every single week, so we just copy and paste it. So basically, we would put all of the information that you need to have in here so that my team and myself knows that it's all organized. So basically, I'm going to check on my content calendar which date this is actually coming out, so we can plug and play that in here. So it's going to come out on September 3rd, which is super meta because that's when you're watching this right now. September 3rd, 2019. We know that it's going to be how to create 6 weeks of YouTube content in 6 hours is the title of the video. And then the thumbnail, we're going to use 3 to 4 words for the thumbnail title. So it's going to be something like 6 weeks. We'll put that there for now. I might change later, but that's what I'm thinking right now. And then the lead magnet is going to be directing people to bossyoutube.strategy.com, which is you, which is our masterclass on how to use YouTube to 100x your subscriber base and double your revenue in the next year. So you can check that out at that link. So this is the actual script for this video. So you can see on the video side, I have all of the visuals that need to be included. And then on the audio side, it's everything that I want to say. So I write this all out, but I don't actually follow it to a T. I basically just have them as prompts, and then anything that's in red is like a reminder I need for myself, or it's a screencast. So you can see that all of the things that you've seen in the video thus far are in this script. So I do this all in the scripting process, so when I actually need to film, it's super easy. So you can see, like I said, ask on Insta. I'm going to do like a Instagram story and then download it and add it into the script folder so we can include it in the video. So everything I need is included in here. And I have the same outro pretty much on every single video. So I just, again, keep that in the script template, copy and paste it into every single folder, so it makes it a lot faster. And when you have your template set up like this, and this is what we do inside of our programs, we teach you how to use this exact template for all of your videos. It becomes a plug and play, and the writing process is super fast. So it's great. So that's how I write my scripts. And then the next step is filming, which is what I'm doing right now. And it's about 2 hours, I would say, for 6 videos for me. And again, keep in mind, this is dependent on where you're at. But even if you can get 2 videos done in 2 hours, that's amazing, because that's going to keep you one step ahead and 1 week ahead. So right now, I'm currently filming what we call B-roll, and B-roll is basically footage that is going to go over top, or it's going to be added footage, and you're going to use it to illustrate certain points inside of the video. And so what I like to do, you can see this here in this part of the script, I like to shoot my B-roll
before I do the A-roll. The A-roll is me talking on camera, directly to camera in my usual setup. And so I like to do the B-roll first, any screencast first, because then I can kind of figure out, okay, these are going to go here, and then I need to talk around them. But at least I have that done and I can hand it off to the editor. So I like to get all of the B-roll done the day before and then do the actual filming the day after, so that filming process becomes a lot faster as well. So filming about 2 hours for me for 6 videos, and always do the B-roll first. So any screencasts or images you want to use, or just extra footage to illustrate a certain point, all of those things should be done the day before, and then you want to do the A-roll afterwards. Unless it's a really visually intense video, like say it's more cinematic, then it does, in traditional sense, make more sense to do your B-roll second, because you want to have yourself talk on camera, talk about certain things, and then be like, okay, if I'm going to talk about that, I need to also get a clip of that. So say you're talking about traveling to Hawaii, you want to make sure that you have some stock footage or B-roll of Hawaii shot to match what you're talking about on camera. So I hope that makes sense, but that's the whole filming process broken into A-roll and into B-roll.
So yesterday we did all the B-roll, today we're doing all of the A-roll, and we shoot it all in one foul swoop for all 6 videos. As you can see, that we are taking care of all of it in one spot, one place, and having a secure and consistent setup makes this a lot easier because we know exactly where everything needs to be. We don't have to reinvent the wheel every week or every time we do these batch recordings. So we're gonna do this in an hour and a half today. Sometimes it takes about 2 hours, but usually hour and a half we can bang out 6 videos. Final part of this process is editing. So I don't edit my videos myself anymore, but when I was starting for the first year, I did all of my editing myself. I did every part of this process on my own. And the one thing that I can suggest that'll make it a lot easier for you is I would also batch my content even when it was just me working on my team, and I would do all of my filming exactly as I just showed you in batches, and then I would do my editing in 1 or 2 days, just blocking them off every couple of weeks, and do a bulk edit all at once. So that's a really great way to kind of save some time when you do it. And then when you start wanting to edit or have somebody edit your videos for you, the first place that I went to is Fiverr, and I found an editor for $20 a video. It wasn't super sophisticated, but it did the job, and it's freed up my time to be able to work on other things in my business. So that's a great place. There's also places like Upwork, and then you can also get to a point in your business where you hire somebody full-time like I have. So there's lots of options with editing, but I do think it's important that you understand how to do it in the beginning so that it also gives you a gauge on like how hard it is, what you need to know, and how you can teach somebody else what you want it to look like. So I think it's not a bad thing to learn how to do it yourself in the beginning. So those are basically all of the phases of this whole entire process. And what I would say is, like, no matter what level you're at or where you are in your YouTube journey, doing it this way will allow you to be more creative as well as more consistent, because you're not trying to think of new ideas on the go, which is really hard sometimes when you have all these other things going on. And instead you're planning ahead of time. So the more you can get into a groove with batching your content like this, the more you can get creative and free up your mental space for other things that you need to be focused on. So just a couple things to take into consideration if you're going to start doing this is go at your own pace. When I first started batch recording, I could only do 2 videos at a time, and it would take me about 4 or 5 hours to shoot them. But now I've got it down to a science, and like you saw, I can do 6 videos basically in an hour and a half, and go from start to finish of the entire creation process in 6 hours. So you will only get faster as time goes on, and the more that you practice it, the faster you're going to get, and the more you can pump out content and be super, super consistent, which is a key to your success on YouTube. So if you enjoyed this and you got a lot out of it, make sure to take a screenshot and share it out on Instagram stories or on your feed. Tag me and let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And don't forget to hit that like button, give it a thumbs up. If it was helpful for you, share it with somebody who needs to see it, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every single time we post a new video. And if you really want to dive deep into growing your YouTube channel and creating a whole business around it, check out our Boss YouTube Strategy at the link below. You can go to bossyoutubestrategy.com and register for our free masterclass on how to 100x your subscribers and double your revenue in the next year using YouTube, just like I did. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much to our comment of the week. Keep the comments coming because you're so helpful in growing my channel and also in letting me know what you want to see more of on my channel. So I appreciate you. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.